Welcome into Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. I'm Edie Hand.
And I'm Dr. Daniel Potts.
Well, the show today is quite interesting, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, we had Mr. Bowron here with Red Diamond tea and coffee, and there's a lot of healthy things to learn about what you can do in your lifestyle with what you drink.
Absolutely, and we've got two other important guests too. We've got Dale Smith-Thomas, of course, and we're here in her home filming today. And Dale's an incredible speaker, an incredible motivator who talks about wellness, not only physical, but mental and spiritual.
Yes, and we've got our good friend Karolyn Hart.
Yes.
And I think you won her over.
I don't know, I hope so, but I'll tell you what, she is from Canada, and she's got some amazing stories to tell us about her community, about the intelligence and about the quality of life there. So you will not want to miss this show.
Absolutely. And coming up next, right here on Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles.
Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by Boyette Health Services of Alabama, offering complete medical and dental care.
This is Dr. Pineda. He's a cancer specialist, a chef, and a cookbook author. Dr. Pineda went back to school to combine medical science with the culinary arts. Today, his dishes help relieve the side effects of cancer treatments and restore appetites stolen by the disease. Sometimes, success starts when someone realizes that the best medicine doesn't always come from a lab. It comes from the heart. Virginia College, your success starts here.
Enjoy the latest books from Edie Hand. A portion of sales benefit charities such as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit www.ediehandfoundation.org or your local or online bookstore. Pick up your copies today. A Pocket Guide for the Alzheimer's Caregiver by Dr. Daniel Potts and his wife Ellen helps you understand this disease and get the best care possible. Go to alzpocketguide.com or any online bookstore for your copy.
There's an art to making tea. At Red Diamond, it begins with tea leaves and nothing else. We remove the stems and twigs that come with the tea, leaving just the leaf for a flavorful, refreshing taste. There's an art to making the perfect pitcher of tea, and we practice it every day. Drink fresh. Drink Red Diamond.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and welcome into Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. And I'm here with our special guest, Bill Bowron. He's the CEO for Red Diamond Tea, and we've got our good friend here, Dr. Daniel Potts.
Edie, good to see you. Bill, good to see you.
Nice to see you, Dr. Potts.
Well, we're here to talk about your family's history. You said 4 generations.
We've been in this business, the coffee and tea business, since 1906, which makes us the 3rd oldest coffee and tea company in the United States run by the same family.
That's amazing in itself. And I tell you, I was so impressed with your facilities and where you are. And I certainly want to come for a tour. I mean, I was just impressed by walking. It was so grand. And I thought, what a great place to come to work every day.
Oh, it is a great place to come to work. But it's that way not only for the facility itself, but because of the people we have that work with us.
I could tell that.
They're really sharp, and they believe in what they do. And we're growing a great business.
Tell me about this tea and coffee. We're sipping on a little coffee this morning.
We are. We're sipping on the South's finest coffee. It's 100% Arabica coffee that we import and blend and roast right in Birmingham. And we ship it all over the country and to Mexico and parts of the Caribbean.
Now, you being a neurologist.
Yes.
Could you tell us about some tea? Is that tea good for us that he's got?
Well, I'm a neurologist who drinks coffee and tea because first of all, I need it to stay awake. Secondly, I do believe it's good for our health. I think it's good for the brain. We have antioxidants that are present in these coffees and teas. There's some studies out that show that coffee may be preventative for Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, etc. And so, you know, there's a lot of data that's being amassed about this. Right.
It's also preventative for divorce because a lot of people have a nice cup in the morning and things go better.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna write that on the wall.
But
yes, that's good.
In reality, there are a lot of studies that are just beginning to come out about coffee that talk about the fact that it retards Alzheimer's and perhaps Parkinson's.
Yes.
There are also studies that are out there that are saying it's good for your liver and that it is good for certain forms of cancer such as breast cancer. So those are great things, and those are very new. On the tea side, You know, we've had a little bit longer run at tea because tea is a 5,000-year-old beverage. But about 20 years ago, the Tea Association of the United States began to sponsor symposiums, the 5th of which comes up in September in Washington. Since those symposiums began to shed some light on the strength of tea, there are now over 300 studies a year that are done that are showing that tea is beneficial cardiovascularly. It is beneficial for certain types of cancer as a preventative, as well as a stroke preventative. So, you know, there are great things that are going on about that. All of it is tied, both coffee and tea, to the flavonoid content that is found. And although George Bush didn't like his broccoli, he could certainly drink a lot of coffee and tea.
Absolutely. And one of the things we were saying a minute ago, Edie, I'll bring up again, tea and coffee time in my home, growing up in Aliceville, Alabama, rural Alabama, was a very sort of a sacred time almost. It was a time to relax, a time to be with family, a time to reminisce, and sort of nothing intruded in that. And I think that's good for our health too, to have those times of relaxation.
Well, I mean, we're talking about healthy lifestyles. I mean, among all of us is that when you're executives and you're rushing and you're going, we all need to take a moment to relax. And I was sharing with Bill the other evening by an email. I said, I'm sitting here sipping on my Red Diamond tea that is calming me. And I wasn't just saying that, but it's true. But I come from a long line of hot tea and honey drinkers anyway.
Oh, do you really?
I do.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the great things about tea is that you can judge the finer the tea, the better the tea. Typically, you have a higher level of flavonoid content. So in our case, of the majors, we have the highest level of flavonoid content of any of the major tea brands that are out there.
Well, do you think that, you know, with me being a cancer survivor and going through some chronic illness of things, I'm thinking that this might be something I ought to do. Should I do something like this twice a day, Doc?
You need to have a tea habit. I mean, what would you say? I would say certainly once a day, maybe twice.
On coffee, they're saying from 2 to 3 cups a day, and then on tea, anywhere from 3 to 5. Which just means that you will be awash.
Some people might think that anyway.
No comment. No comment. We do have to. We'll bring up also that you know, some of us have to be careful about our caffeine intake. And certainly, we have to watch that at times. Some individuals do, but we have decaf.
You have decaf, and actually, in terms of coffee, caffeine has not been proven to be the beneficial part of what they're looking at. Coffee actually goes through a change in chemistry as it's brewed and as it's roasted, and so it is the chemical equations that are somehow improving the health of at least the lab mice that they're trying it on at this point. So from a tea perspective, there are a lot of very, very solid studies that all of these things are true. And it doesn't matter whether it's green or black tea, all right, because they both have flavonoid contents, they both have different types, but they're both equally healthy.
Well, Bill, you've certainly enlightened us, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers out there, but if they want to learn more about it, they can pick up certainly your products at the grocery stores, but or restaurants that you
or contact us on the web.
And that web is?
And that's www.reddiamond.com.
I bet he knew that real well, right?
Yes,
well, I want to thank you too, Doc. It's pretty good. And thank you for watching us right here on Prescriptions for Healthy Lifestyles. And we'll be back after these messages.
Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by The Vein Guys. Better legs, better life.
Fresh and flavorful. That's Red Diamond tea. It tastes that way because it's made that way. Every day we brew our tea fresh from tea leaves, not mixes or powders. Made fresh and delivered fresh to your grocery, ready to drink. There's an art to making a perfect glass of iced tea, and we practice it every day. Drink fresh. Drink Red Diamond.
Hi, I'm Sarah Evans here with friends Rollins and Kumar. They're here for care at the Alabama Center for Childhood Cancer and Blood Disorders. the largest provider of cancer care for children and young adults in the state. At Children's, we treat every form of cancer, and we're committed to a cure. You can be too. Donate now so thousands of kids like Rollins and Kamar will celebrate lots of birthdays, including their own.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand.
And I'm Ronnie McDowell.
And I'm Georgette Jones.
Together, we'd love to ask you to support the Children's Miracle Network Children's Hospital.
That's right, Edie. Your local children's hospital provides state-of-the-art care, life-saving research, and preventative education for children 24 hours a day.
And we need your support to continue helping make life better for others. Just log on to childrensmiraclenetwork.org. We believe together we can have those miracles.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
Welcome back to Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. I'm Dr. Daniel Potts with my co-host, Edie Hand. Hello, Edie.
Hey, good to be here with you.
Good to be here
We got a cute lady with us today.
We absolutely do. I'm sandwiched here, and that's not a bad thing. We have a very special guest from Canada today with us who has made the trek down for our show.
Yes, I have.
And this is Karolyn Hart. Karolyn, welcome to the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate you being here. Karolyn, you have a very fascinating story that ties together your region of the world and health and healthy living. And so we'd like to ask you to share some of that with us today. Tell us about your part of the world and what makes it somewhat unique.
Well, I'm from Windsor, Essex, Ontario, and we really are in the epicenter of North America. So a lot of communities say that, but we are a part of the busiest border crossing in North America, and we have, a huge amount of agriculture in our region. A lot of people don't realize this, but we have the most amount of greenhouses under glass in all of North America.
I didn't know that.
We are the #1 producer of tomatoes in Canada, and we also have the #1 producer of vegetables in North America in our region. And so we have a lot of great things going on. Now, the interesting thing about Windsor, Essex, Ontario is in 2011 we were named one of the top 7 most intelligent communities in the world. And
now, are you bragging about that, Carol?
I absolutely am bragging about that. Absolutely. It was such an honor to be with world-class cities. We were up against Seoul and all these other communities, and Windsor, Essex, Ontario. And some of the alumni of that have won is Waterloo, Ontario, and there's some for us here in Canada. We're very proud. But to be up with that group of the Intelligent Community Forum that is assessed by judges from all over the world in universities, and to be said, you're one of the top 7, very proud moment for our community.
Well, and there's another thing too. I know that in your region that you're doing a lot of research at the university with your dandelion research for cancer. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's a recent development. So when we were named top 7, we were actually judged on 7 criteria, and one of them was healthcare. And we continue to do a lot of different things for healthcare across our community, quality of living. And recently, and I know that you are a cancer survivor, so this is certainly something of interest when we were sharing back and forth, is researchers at the University of Windsor have put a direct connection between a dandelion root and its impact on cancer. It's actually causing cancer cells to commit suicide. And so
Dear Lord, I might have to go to Canada, Doc. I mean, the big C wants me, but we're not going to let it happen.
So it's a huge breakthrough, and I'm so proud that it's coming.
It's awesome.
It's coming out of our region, and the last I heard, they are getting ready to go into clinical trials. And I think it happened because one of the doctors, there's these things that
personal passion,
and kept seeing patients recovering who started drinking dandelion root tea, and took it to the university and said, I don't know, is there something here? And the doctor at the time, actually, he says he was a little bit skeptical, but they went ahead and they did it, and they found this direct connection. So what this means for those who are, fighting cancer all over the world, and this is something that's sort of typical of our region, where we don't just take anything for granted. Let's take a look at this, and I think it's one of the reasons why I'm so excited that this is happening in our community, because it gives us this great platform to talk about what we're doing.
Well, not just talking about what you're doing. I know that you are well involved in not just your community, but in your region. So share with us a little bit about your title and what you really, a little bit about Karolyn.
A little bit about me, okay. I'm the Vice President of Marketing, Operations, and Community Development with the Windsor Essex Economic Development Corporation. So we get to work alongside 9 great municipalities, and really how do we grow and create prosperity? Now, a lot of people in North America will know our region because we were so hard hit by the automotive recession of 2008.
I know we think about that when we think of you in Detroit.
Absolutely. And one of the things that just, gives me such great pride is when that happened, the community came together in 2009 and we put together this roadmap for a region. So over 400 leaders come together and they say, what are we going to do about this? I mean, just even that alone is so inspiring. And they create this plan and everybody says, we're going to get on the same page. And at that time, we were really honest. And one of the things we said is, you know what, number one problem we have in our region is we're not collaborating. And I think the exciting thing is less than a year later, the leaders in our community pulled together so quickly and so fast that the Center for Economic Competitiveness made us a case study on collaboration. So it just goes to show you that when a group of people put their mind together, they can transform. And of course, since that time, we're getting a lot of attention because we have the renewable energy sector that's setting up there. We're doing all these fantastic things, the diversification that people always talk about. We're still in a recession. People are still, how do you do that? And, we have our feet in 2 worlds. We still have high unemployment, but we also have these industries where they're saying we're at capacity, we need more help. Right. So we're seeing that change start, and it's it's very inspiring.
I can already tell we're going to have her on the show again because there's so much fascinating material.
And it is, and we appreciate you coming to be a part of Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. So you will come back?
I will come back.
Karolyn, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. We'll be right back.
Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by Children's of Alabama, 100 years caring for children.
Roll savings! Roll savings!
Huddle up. Scott Crump Toyota, Camry option, 35 MPGs, $199 a month. Head in the game, Bubba. Roll savings on 3.
Break!
Hey Alabama, let's roll on savings in the new 2012 Corolla. $179 a month or new Camrys. Roll for $199 a month. 0 down deliver, 0% financing available. Plus, make no payments till fall.
Roll savings!
At Scott Crump Toyota,
we'll do whatever it takes.
Enjoy the latest books from Edie Hand, a portion of sales benefit charities such as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit www.ediehandfoundation.org or your local or online bookstore. Pick up your copies today. A Pocket Guide for the Alzheimer's Caregiver by Dr. Daniel Potts and his wife Ellen helps you understand this disease and get the best care possible. Go to alzpocketguide.com or any online bookstore for your copy.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, here for Scott Crump Toyota in Jasper. Scott and I have teamed up to bring a program to your community to encourage and educate children on the importance of mentorship and self-esteem. Visit our websites.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand with Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. And joining me is 2 good friends, Jeff Godfrey and Tim Aaron, who is the founder of Optimal Pain Control. This cream really works. It's helped me with my pain, and it can you. OPCRX.com.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
Welcome back to Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. And I'm Dr. Daniel Potts, here with my co-host, Edie Hand.
Yes, great to be here. And we have a special guest.
We do, and we're back in this lovely home of Dale Smith Thomas.
Hey,
Dale?
you guys.
Hey,
y'all looking really sharp today.
You're the sharp-looking one, y'all are. I'm just in the middle.
You know what? I like to be in the middle. It's good,
Oh, well,
right?
thank you. This is good for me. I like this. We are so glad you're back here.
I just
Actually,
love
you
it.
live here. We're glad you let us
I'm
back.
glad that y'all are back.
We're glad that we're back here.
I'm glad she gives me a room every now and then.
You're not lying. And we're back today to talk about wellness. We've with our shows we try to focus on
so great.
the aspects
Congratulations
of this.
to what you're both doing. It's awesome.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. So we wanted to talk to you because of your experience and background and what you do every day.
Every day.
An attitude of wellness and healthy living. How do you accomplish that in your day-to-day life?
Well, you know what? I think we will all agree that we kind of live in a negative world. This is a fabulously positive show and you're giving great positive information. depression, but just every single day we're encountering so much negativity. And so what I'm teaching people on a day-to-day basis is how to start your day off positive instead of having to dig out from the bottom. And I think the first thing, you wake up every day and just say, thank you, I'm alive. I say any day that you wake up and there's not a chalk line around your body, it's a great day, we're blessed. And so I say,
I certainly
don't
agree
you
with
agree with that? But you know what, we get so caught up in the weather or this little ache and pain, and I'm sure, Doc, you see this all the time, that what we focus on gets bigger. So I say we, number one, start with an attitude of gratitude, and everything in our life happens twice, between our ears and then between our hours. So we think about it and then we do it. So let's start changing the way we think, and I believe that starts changing the way we act, and I believe that changes our health. I really, really do.
You know what she was talking about, the first thing in the morning,
right,
is how we set the program, that first 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
Of how our day's going to be.
And it's been proven that whatever you put into your brain the first 30 minutes of the day determines your productivity and your attitude for the rest of the day. And our listeners are going, oh no! But, you know, so many people wake up with the alarm blaring, you know, and you're frustrated right there. Start it with a positive music or something. And I tell people you can turn your car into a rolling university. So many people are on their cell phones, they're all stressed, but stop and listen to something positive in your car. Listen to a CD or music and choose to start your day in a positive fashion.
And it doesn't hurt to have that cup of Red Diamond coffee in the morning too. That really helps out. It goes straight to my brain.
Starting with coffee.
I need some caffeine.
Every day.
Or hot tea and honey for me.
Absolutely. So one of the things that I've loved since I've gotten to meet you is your social media outreach and these inspirational messages that you put out on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're things that I can remember and hang on to and help me set my day right.
And what I'm trying to do is plant a seed. You know, I grew up in a farm in Mississippi. I say it's a map dot, and my lovely people in Webster County, Mississippi. And I believe that, like growing up on a farm, you've got to plant the seed. So every day, even if I plant a little seed in someone's life with a thought or you know, something, a prescription for their life that day, maybe your choices determine your destiny, just a little thing, it starts to get the ball rolling in a positive direction.
And does that feed you better too?
Oh,
absolutely. When people are emailing or making comments?
Trust me, there are days I'm getting up and thinking, I need to motivate myself today.
It's wonderful to have that feedback, though, from individuals that you have tried to help who said, yes, this actually helped me in my daily walk as well.
You know, and actually I just had an email from a lady the other day. She writes a blog. She tagged me on it, and she said, these are the 3 women that I would like to meet. And one was Dolly Parton, one was Reese Witherspoon, the other one was me. I was so humbled. So I emailed her back and said, let's have some pie and some coffee.
Isn't that true? And knowing how gracious a host as she is, she'll probably be up here before long.
And I'm going to meet her. I am going to meet her. I'm going to meet her.
Well, Dale, thank you for having us in your lovely home.
Y'all are welcome back anytime.
And we want
I might
you to
even
come
make some
back.
biscuits.
Woo, with chocolate gravy.
Oh my goodness, I'll be back next week. What are you talking about? We appreciate being here in the lovely home of Dale Smith Thomas. Thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
And for Edie Hand, I'm Dr. Daniel Potts saying, please tune in next week for Prescription for Healthy Lifestyle and visit us on our website, rxhealthylife.com. So long.